The
Probably
stream
the first
is
time I
live.
live streamed in 6 or 7 years.
Bam. I'm honored.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, this means more to me than you know. I think we're live, but
It says it. It says
other
live. Yeah.
other dudes us and then get to it. I the Gimpy gamer now. I guess it's no longer a gateway. It is Evan Halbert. He
Yeah.
owns a big company that does some more stuff. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be a lot of money.
This isn't a prop 2 interview and a equipment test for something I plan to do later on. Which, as I was saying when Evan was shirted up, this means more to me than you know. This thing I'm planning to do is a panel with handicapped gamers to explain how they get around their handicap in gaming.
Oh wow.
So this is the first step of doing that.
Yeah.
To make sure the equipment works that I can handle it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fake Barry's going to help me out with the technical end of it, he said.
Fake Barry.
Because I don't. That's been the biggest thing. I don't think I could do the technical end and follow conversation and all that. Doing this.
Yeah. I'm so bad at that stuff.
Yeah, it's my mind is not there yet.
Where's Barry? Where's Barry? Is he France? Is that where he is?
Yeah, he's English, but he moved to France.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool guy. I like his channel. Him and
I like that guy.
Yeah. But so Evan, why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Oh gosh, well, I like long walks on the beach.
I like long walks anywhere. Been in bed for 2 years, you know.
I know, right? I wear all kinds of different hats, and one of them is board game designer because I love playing board games. I love designing board games. Although the more you design, the less you actually get to play other published stuff. But that's okay. I get to play a lot of games that are going to come out in 2 or 3 years. So
that's cool. Yeah, a lot of people. So I don't know if the YouTube end of it's working. I'll see it later. So you designed a game that I've never played.
Well, you never play it?
No, I never played after yet. It's not really my type of game. I'm not really in the castle defense, and I'm really not in the real time games. But
well, it's not real time, but it is definitely castle defense.
I thought it was real time for something.
No.
I did mean to try it at BGG Spring, but time got out of hand.
Yeah, it's all good.
One day I will. It seems like a cool concept, but like I said, I'm not big on the tower defense.
Yeah.
That's the only one published, right?
That's the only one that's like
out, available,
officially published and available. There's I designed a little trick-taking game that's like a part of like a little 13-game holiday pack called Bah Humbug. Because the designer of Bah Humbugs said, hey, why don't we get some other, because they created basically like a unique card set. And they said, hey, any other designers want to make a game out of this card set? And I was like, well, do you have a trick taker yet? And she said no. And so I said, all right, cool. So I designed a little trick taking game. I have no idea like if it's actually any good or not, but it's definitely different. Which maybe that's good. I don't know. I still haven't made up my mind about it, but it was a fun process and it was interesting. And then I got a bunch of other games that are on contract that'll come out at some point in the next 2 to 4 years.
Yeah, no, you've been talking about that a lot.
Yeah.
So, what made you get into it? Designing.
My buddy Ryan knew that I ran a Kickstarter for a game back when I owned a game store. My buddy Chris designed this little fishing game. It was like a little family weight game. And he was like, hey, you want to help me, like polish this up and publish it? And I said, sure. And so we did some design work together. I essentially did development work on it, basically. And then we put up a Kickstarter and we had no idea what we were doing, and we failed horribly. And it never happened. And then my buddy Ryan had this idea for, a worker placement / tower defense game. And he said, hey, you've worked on games before. Want to help me make this one? And I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And that was kind of how it got started.
Sucked in ever since.
Yep.
So what game got you into it, into the hobby?
frankly, originally D&D.
Yeah,
D&D.
no, never played.
And then, Magic, and then kind of from when I opened the game store in 2010, I started finally playing like modern board games around then. Like I had been introduced to like Carcassonne around that time, but I hadn't really gotten into board gaming. And then, like Carcassonne, Race for the Galaxy, Dominion came out, Small World came out, and I just, kind of progressively got more and more into it. And then it kind of turned out that I enjoyed board games more frequently than I enjoyed card games. And it was a lot easier to get to the table than a D&D session. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And it turns out I actually really enjoy designing them too.
And we all suffer for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding.
Are you gonna play us a tune, man?
Nah, I was just playing around before you got on.
Oh, nice. It looks like a slick guitar.
Just warming up. Yeah, it's a knockoff of the one that Slash created. It's an Epiphone. Gibson. I think it's a '60s knockoff. 60s Gibson.
Yeah, I'm sure it's still a good guitar.
Oh yeah, it sounds.
Epiphone makes good guitars, man.
Yeah, they do. This is the cheaper end of it, like
a
couple $100. I forget exactly how much, but yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm gonna change the strings on it soon. I think I gotta go up a higher gauge because I got neurological things with my fingers, so I tend to push the strings on. So I think I'm gonna go up a higher
too
gauge.
Hard.
I bend them,
yeah,
and unintentionally. So I think I'm gonna go up a gauge to try and prevent that.
Just tell people it's intentional, and then you're good to go.
I haven't really. I only started like 6-8 months ago in February.
Yeah.
I think is when I really tuned into it.
Yeah.
Jen's the only one that's really heard me. Oh, my brother. I just got him a guitar not too long ago. It's something he always wanted to do.
Well, depending on how hard you go, you can get pretty decent after 6 or 8 months.
Yeah, I got like most of the open chords. I'm playing around with the B bar chord and the F.
Yeah.
But I could do the F. What is that? 9 or 6, whatever the hell.
Oh gosh, I'm so bad at the theory. I don't know. I just put my fingers in places, and I'm like, oh, that's a chord. That's a chord.
It was it's very frustrating but rewarding. Like I said, I got issues with my hands and legs.
Totally. Yeah.
But that's actually the reason I started trying to get my hands back.
Get your hand dexterity going. That makes total sense.
I should have started on a piano, but
piano's good for hand dexterity too.
Yeah, but the guitar. Like I played it briefly when I was younger, only like 6-8 months. I just didn't have time. I was constantly working back then.
Yeah,
but something I enjoy now. I got into a routine where I go outside and play a lot, just to get out of the house,
out on the porch.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I know you're in a little group too, right?
What,
is that still going? Yeah.
We actually split up.
Oh, did you?
Last month.
Last month, really?
Yeah, but we were together like, gosh, I don't know, 12, 13 years, something like that.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So now I'm like, man, because I need all my like ways of getting my artistic expression stuff out, and board game design is one of them, and acting's one of them, but music was a big one, man.
Oh yeah.
So I missed that. So I'll have to figure something out. I still get to play guitar for my daughter for bedtime.
That's nice.
She usually lets me make it through about 1.5 songs before she's like, done. Don't play that one, play the other one.
Yeah, they are particular. All right, let's try this proof of concept thing. Dude. It's called "Are You Board Game Garbage?"
Probably.
Okay. I'm going to ask some questions.
All right.
And then I'll decide if you're garbage.
Perfect.
Or if you're board game glamorous. We can never know. Because I know you got that you're give me a minute. It is the Portland Playtest. Is that the name of your channel? Portland
Playtest
group?
This.
Is that the name of your channel?
Yeah, the
Playtest
YouTube channel is Playtest This. The
name of Portland
the channel, the name of the channel is Portland Gamecraft, and then like the show is called Playtest This.
But you got that tonight, right? You said, or is it just a regular
No,
play testing?
that's Thursday nights. I've got in real person to person life play testing tonight.
Ah,
eyeball to eyeball.
That's always fun. It's good to hear your disappointments in person.
Right.
All right, so it's going to be like, I don't know, 10 questions or so.
Sure, yeah, man.
Just good humor shit. Don't get it too offended if you do one.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one is, you having a game night. What snacks do you serve?
Oh, okay. Well, number one, I don't host anything ever because I get like host syndrome and I cannot have a good time if I'm the host. But pre-pandemic, I did have a D&D group, and I did allow it to happen in my house. And I would usually have chips and salsa and or hummus and maybe some little snackums like carrots or something else.
Okay. All right. To go along with that, if you're playing somebody's games, what snacks would you eat?
I mean, that's a loaded question.
It's the name of this game.
But just about anything, as long as it doesn't have any, because I don't eat the gluten, so I have to avoid that stuff. But aside from that, I'll eat just about anything.
Okay. No Cheez-Its or nothing?
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. I can't eat Cheez-Its. I'll eat cheese, though. I'll even cut it.
Okay. Have you ever left in the middle of a game without warning?
Yes. No, not without warning.
All right, I'll call you not garbage on that one. I've had that happen to me twice.
My favorite moment, because we did several years of conventions playtesting after the Empire before it got picked, signed, and published by Grey Fox. And my favorite moment was this one guy sat down. He played like, I don't know, took 2 turns, and he's like, well, this one's not for me. He stood up and walked away. Everybody else at the table was like, oh, okay, all right, well, guess we'll just keep going without you. He told us he was leaving, so it was pretty hilarious.
I've had it happened with the same couple twice. We were playing a game with the same guys. Actually, me and Janie were playing with this couple.
Yeah.
And they just said, I got to go to work, and left. Twice.
All right. Well.
Like, they didn't forewarn us before when we started playing. It was just weird.
Ooh, someone's calling me. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, I got to go. I got to go.
It wasn't even that. They just like, I got to go to work. It's like, if it were an emergency or something, I would understand, but it's like, yeah, we gotta go. Like, right. We were like halfway through the game twice.
What game was it? That's the question.
One was Abyss. Jamie liked that one by Bruno Cathal.
Yeah.
And the other one, I don't remember.
Huh. They apparently didn't like it though.
It might have been what was that game with the mana that spun around? Terra Mystica.
Terra Mystica.
Yeah, it might have been that one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just odd. Like, it was toys. Yep. Once, okay, toys.
Thanks for having me. Gotta
go. Okay. Have you ever taught a person a game rather? Forgot a rule while explaining the game, then remembered the rule while playing the game, and destroyed a new player with said rule?
Oh, yes. That's my specialty.
Well, we all know you're shit at explaining your own game.
Yes,
on other people's games.
That is my specialty, is totally forgetting a rule until it applies to me and is relevant for me. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, by the way, I win.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Yeah, that's garbage, but that's totally me.
There was one that went with that, and I can't remember what it is. I wrote it down, but I could barely read my own writing. Okay, here we go. Have you ever been to the con and released the butt cracking?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. What are you gonna do? You know.
To
What are
go
you gonna do?
along with that, what is your hygiene at cons?
So normally I'm a dirty hippie, but I understand that not everybody loves that, and since they are gonna have to be in close quarters with me because cons are crazy, I do bring deodorant. Obviously, I don't really have to wash my hair because there's not much there.
Yeah.
But I do bring deodorant, and I shower daily and use the deodorant, so I'm not offending anybody with my personal odors.
I've been to a few cons. I never really ran into that.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, but not really as often as some people make it seem to be in the hobby.
It's not too bad. I mean, back when we had the game shop, we would have a few people come in that we had to have a conversation with and be like, hey, like,
Yeah.
you've got a consistent habit of having some hygiene deficiencies, and we're going to need to have you kind of take a look at that. And it's a shared communal space.
Yeah.
And we all have to breathe the air. So let's have a chat about options and pathways forward. If you need some help with that, we'll consult with you and try to figure out a good way to make it happen.
Sounds like a plan.
Otherwise, you gotta go.
Yeah, I've been conscious. Like I get something to spray because I smoke weed a lot, and I know that bothers a lot of people. Well, smoking cigarettes too. The cigarettes bother some people too.
Cigarettes, I do not like cigarette smoke. That's true, but weed, for whatever reason, doesn't bother me at all.
I'm nose blind too. I used to love the smell, but I can't really smell it too much anymore.
Really?
There's certain like skunkier strains and others I can smell that, but I used to love the smell of when somebody lit it up. Like I wasn't smoking it, but somebody else was.
What made you lose your smell?
I guess because I smoke so much of it.
Oh yeah.
I do smoke daily. Quite often, more than once a day. All right, let's get back. Hygiene. Have you ever ganged up on a player, or just straight out attacked a player because you dislike this player?
No.
In the game, not physically.
Right. No, I've never turned my personal feelings about a player into action in the game that I can think of. Definitely, the more I know you, the less I feel bad, like doing something nasty in the game, because then I'm like, well, this is part of the game. Mm-hmm. But if it's like a new player or a group of people that I don't know that well, I tend to be very avoidant of any take that type of action. Just because I don't want to be a dick to people I don't know.
Yeah.
And if somebody's really bugging me, my tendency will just to avoid them in whatever way I can, rather than do something mean about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm usually like that with newer players. Well, new players in general. No reason to, turn them away from the hobby. But,
yeah.
Usually with people I know, not so much. I don't really like that when somebody builds something up and you destroy it on them. I never like doing that to people or getting it. Although I will just to prove a point sometimes.
I don't mind it if it's like an integral part of the game. But it depends on how bad the take that is and how crushing and devastating it is.
Yeah.
If it takes me half of a turn to crush 3 of your turns, like you spent 3 turns building this thing up and then I crush it in half a turn, like, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, it's not enough fun for everybody.
I did destroy a book group by introducing board games, and I did not make any lifetime board gamers that day. I tell you what.
I'm sure you did.
It was a mistake. First game in book group should not be diplomacy.
No. Why would you pick that game?
I was a really bad ambassador for the hobby that day.
Yeah, that would not be a game I would choose to bring into play.
It was not a good idea. This was years ago.
Yeah, that's messed up. True. All right. Have you ever intentionally cheated at a game?
Have I? My instinct is to say no, but
Yeah, I don't.
I probably have. I mean,
I don't think I have intentionally. I forget.
I probably have. I can't think of a time, but I'm sure it's happened where, I was, well, I don't know, who knows why, but I'm sure it's happened.
I'm sure everybody does once in a while.
Yeah.
All right. What's one of your secret pleasure games? One that you like, nobody else does.
Oh gosh, that nobody else likes.
Or a few people. It's not really popular.
I think one of my lowest scored games that I really enjoyed was called Condottiere.
Okay.
And it's basically like super portable, 2 to 6 player. It's a card game with very small area control board.
Okay.
But it's all about the card play, and I just loved it. And I looked it up, and it was like a 6.7 on BGG. I was like, yeah, really, is that it? I think it's better than that, but I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I think I heard this one.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, there's so many things coming out these days.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I think this one came out like 2015, something like that. It was a while back.
Yeah.
Is there a game that I like that other people don't like? I don't know. Not that I can think of. How about you? Your guilty pleasure?
I don't think I'll play anything pretty much. I mean,
yeah, I'm the same way. You know what I won't play? Actually, that's not true. I will do it, but I avoid it at all costs. Is
tower defense.
No.
That would be funny.
Social deduction.
Oh.
Or like role games.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm okay with the social. It depends on the social goes.
Yeah.
I don't like games that make you do silly things
in
order for the game to work.
Right.
Yeah. But as far, I think, what was that dressmaking game? Rococo. That was I have never lost at that game. I don't know why. My wife and sister mess with me saying I'm the best dressmaker in the land. Yeah.
Rococo's a fun game, man.
It is. But the theme would probably turn a lot of games. I know it did when it came out.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. It was different, it was unique, but it was still a great game. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, so I think they made probably Portal remakes everything they made.
I played the deluxe. I don't know.
All right, so they did remake it because
Yeah.
I had the first edition, I guess.
Yeah.
It wasn't deluxeified.
Yeah.
I know you gotta get out of here soon. Secret pleasure. Oh, who's your favorite designer?
Oh gosh, who knows? I mean, one of my favorite games is Castles of Burgundy, so Feld is up there. Dungeons and Dragons. So, those guys, Gary Gygax and all the rest of the crew that was involved in making that game. Richard Garfield for Magic, which was another one of my passions, and a gajillion other great games that he made.
I was just playing one of his games.
Yeah, he's made so many good games, and just like the more I never did play that one. The more I get to know folks in the hobby, they also become my favorites just because I've met them and I know them, and they assuming they were nice.
Yeah,
which most of them are, because it's a pretty darn small hobby. So, yeah.
All the designers I met were nice.
Yeah.
In the media end of it, that's a different story. Yeah, but designer Emerson, what's his last name? Emerson
Suchi.
Yeah, he was really nice. He was really grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but generally everybody's been super awesome, super nice. And who else I really love is Simone Luciani.
Okay.
I think he did Grand Austria Hotel and
yeah, I enjoyed that game. I never met him.
A bunch of other ones. I freaking love I love that game so much. And like I think he did Barrage too, maybe. And I can't. I'm really bad at remembering which designers designed what, but I just
What's your favorite mechanic or mechanism?
Mechanism. I think probably worker placement, but I like almost all of them. I'm sure there are exceptions, but I like almost any kind of game. Yeah, worker placement is probably my go-to. You know, like midweight, heavy euro kind of stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense with the stuff you use on.
Yeah.
Well, those things. I think that's it. I think that would be enough to concept it, proof
All
of
right.
concept. But
Cool, man. Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting me on.
no, I just
Half
meant the
impromptu.
questions. Anything
okay.
you got coming up?
What do I got coming up? Going to BGG Con. I think next year, maybe a year and a half, we're coming out. I have a game coming out with 25th Century. Wildwood. It's got Beth Sobel's art on it.
Wildwood?
Yeah, Wildwood. It's like a druid. It's like a card game, simultaneous play, simultaneous reveal, where you're. It's like action planning kinda and tableau management, where you're moving stuff around, trying to make columns of suits and stuff, and then you're bidding too. The art's gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to working with Chad over there, 25th Century, and then a bunch of stuff coming up. I think that's probably going to be the most soon upcoming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look out. Keep an eye around.
Yeah.
So yes, Kabuki is garbage. Well, nah, he's in between. The average board game.
Kabuki, I have still never met in person.
Nobody has. She's a bot.
She's not real. All right. Well,
you gotta get going.
Because I gotta drive over to the place.
Oh, I thought you were okay. So thanks for doing this, and thanks anybody who watched it. I don't know if anybody did, but
well, Kabuki's here.
Kabuki's here.
She's a real.
Yeah.
Cool, man. It was nice to sit down and chat with you for a few.
Same here. I'll probably see you Wednesday if you're on the moon.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Night.
See you. Thanks for watching, everybody.